Yeah, SC Sports World back in the house, man. Thank everybody for tuning in. I'm your host, Luther Dupree, joined as always, Claudio Rosano, the Hall of Famer. Got into another Hall of Fame, the Italian Hall of Fame. We got more on that later. We got my man Bub Fillmore in the house. We got Smoke and Jim Frazier on the phone. What's going on, fellas?
What's happening, guys? Always good to see you.
All right.
Always good. I'm doing well, man. Great day.
Jim, you good?
Yep.
No, all right. Keep it short and sweet, man. Listen, call in, give us a comment in the text. We got somebody in there already, but make sure you all give it in. Make sure you give us some stars too. Definitely give us some stars. Number to call 412-530-5063. We're going to get it started. We know the draft is next week, but we have a lot of things we're going to get to this week. Starting it off like we always do. Claudia, what you got for us in your huddle up?
All right. First of all, congratulations to Smoking Jim, who was on the Rob Pratt show, and I heard every word. He sounded fantastic, and thanks for the mention, Jim. You know what? Pittsburgh's hot right now. Penguins in the playoffs. The Pirates are doing pretty good, and the draft, the NFL draft's coming to Pittsburgh. Everybody knows me. I love Pittsburgh. I've been here all my life, never going to leave, and I know the city is going to come up big time for the draft. And, you know, people say Dallas Cowboys America's team, which I don't believe that. But if they are, the Steelers are the world's team without question. So I'm excited about that. But there is a hotel that I do want to talk about, not to go to if you come to the draft. I'm just kidding, Luther. Hey, Luther, you got to have a pregame show because that might be even better than our show.
Right.
But I'm excited for Pittsburgh, and it's going to be a hell of an event, boy. And I don't know how they're going to pull it off, but they're expecting a ton of people, and I'm really happy for the restaurants and the hotel, especially the restaurants, because they're going to make a nice chunk of change, and it's going to be a great event. And Steeler fans, don't get mad when they don't pick the shiny, sexy object. We'll get to that in a minute.
All right, don't get nobody upset this early in the show, Claudio. All right, Smoker Joe, what you got for us? What did you got for us, Smoker Joe?
Well, I'm glad some of the restaurants have been trying to clean up the rat problem for the draft. So, but hey, listen, man. I don't know Rob Pratt, and you know, I got called out of the blue. I didn't know he was a big time guy. 40 years on KDKA radio, man. Honored to be on. I gave Luther a shout out. Hey, Luther, there's a little in that. I know you never give nobody credit. I know it's all me, you do, but
I appreciate it.
Sometimes it's good to have we.
I always give credit.
Speaking of me, you guys are going to get mad. I got booked to do a draft show in Manchester with Bob Huggins. We're going to revisit the crime scene. Hey, listen, it's going to bring everybody here. Tiger Woods will probably be here. Jordan Addison will probably be here. Mark Sanchez might be coming through. Antonio Brown, 2 guns, Plexico Burrs, Jay Morant, split decision, Deontay Wilder. Keep your weed at home. Snoop Dogg, Mike Tyson, Paul Spadafore. How about Pornstap, Michael Irving, and Mike Vrabel is coming to your city.
Okay, all right, Smokey.
All right, now. Okay.
All right. I like that. Listen, man. You know, we had the WNBA draft. Before we go ahead and get everything into that, I want to talk about the WNBA draft. There was a lot of things happening. Number 1 pick, we had Azzy Fudd, and she gets to partner up with her girlfriend, Paige Beckers. Pretty interesting. I don't think she should have gone number 1. I think she got exposed a little bit in the tournament. Doesn't really create her own shot. How is she going to fit in with Paige Beckers and Enrique? I think it's too guard heavy. I think they should have guarded with Lauren Betts. She's a much taller player. I thought they needed some more height, but that's something that's real weird. Something you only see in the WNBA where a player can openly date someone. It's not a big deal. I don't think she should have been the first pick. I think Olivia Miles will have a better career. I think definitely Lauren Betts. I think she should have gone number 1 overall, 6'7", a matchup nightmare, can block everything. But she gets to be with her girlfriend. I don't think it's going to work like it did at UConn. You know, what happens when they fight? What happens when all this stuff happens? I think Dallas Wings will be picking high and early again. I think it's the wrong move, but we'll see. But you know, she continues a long line. You know, 2023, you had Boston, Aaliyah Boston, and then you had Caitlin Clark, then Paige Beckers, and now AZ Fudd. You know, definitely big things happening. 2 more teams opened up. Very disappointed that Raven Johnson is going to the Indiana Fever. Everybody knows she had that issue with Caitlin Clark, and now the Caitlin Clark fans are mad that she's on the Fever. She's already gotten some hate, some death threats. This is insane that people are still holding a grudge from 3 years ago. I mean, let it go. They're teammates now. They've moved on. Why can't these fans move on? There's no reason someone should get drafted and get slandered before they even play a game. Come on, that's ridiculous. But prayers up for Raven Johnson. But already those fans out there are starting, not necessarily the Indiana Fever, but just these crazy fans for no reason. I don't get the hate on any player from South Carolina and Angel Reese. That seems like what it is. Aaliyah Boston was on her team and was getting death threats. So hopefully that changes and they could get through with that. Anything you want to add on
Luther.
That? Go ahead.
Hey, Luther.
Oh, shoot. Here we go. Repeat. Go ahead.
Oh, jeez.
I hope we don't lose too many listeners because nobody cares about the WNBA. But I just want to ask one question to you guys, if you know, what happened to Mike Vrabel? I've been hearing all kind of things. I'm sure you guys know the facts.
Well,
he was drafted in the WNBA in the 3rd round.
Well, you know what, Jim? You bring that up. But I know his friend, the new Madden game is called the Run Through Edition with Deanna.
That's wild.
That's the new game, Madden 27, the Run Through Edition. Ran through. And that's, you know, listen, man, you know, someone says she's been passed around so much she got CTE from a headboard. Listen, but she's not the only one, you know, and it's not just female reporters doing this. Adam Schefter and all these other guys. Listen, it's a dirty game. When you got these private investigators out, you know, everything's going to get brought to light, and she got caught up. Nothing's going to happen to Vrabel. She got let go. Her contract is not renewed. Maybe she has a future in OnlyFans. I don't know.
I mean, hey, maybe her and Joy Taylor should join up. You know what I mean? Just figure it out. But man, going back to WNBA draft, man, the only person I was really my fan, I was waiting to come out for a long time with Flau'jae Johnson. So she got drafted by Golden State, but traded to Seattle Storm. I'm just waiting to see her go. I love her college game. I thought she was kind of like overlooked, but not overlooked when Angel Reese was at LSU. But you know, she was a star for her. She made money off the court too, so she might mess around and lose money being in the W right now. But Flau'jae Johnson is the one I'm looking for, man. And you know what? And right now, you're going to see a lot of big name young ladies stay in college and not wanting to run to the W because they're making more money in college.
Yeah,
they're making more money. So you're going to see 4 years.
Yes, and I love
Fillmore and Luther is what's that girl's name? Sophie Cunningham. Is she any good?
Oh, she's a solid player.
Oh yeah, she's good.
For the Fever. Yeah, she's injured now, but she's working her way back. But she's solid, not a star.
She plays with Caitlin Clark.
She plays, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to start reading Jim's WNBA report.
Hey, listen, now, so, you mentioned something, Fillmore. You said Joy Taylor. Now,
Yeah.
if Diana, Shannon, Joy, and Emmanuel Acho had a talk show, what would the name of that one be, huh? I mean,
Touch them all. It'll be called Touch them all. It'll be called Touch them all.
Freaks come out at night, touch them all. There's a whole list of things we could call that. Hey, let's bring Smoke and Jim back into the fold. Smoke and Jim, as we get ready to in this draft, you know, you act like you didn't get the memo, but everybody else got it. What do you think about the top 5 picks? Fernando Mendoza. We know he's going number 1 overall. Despite what you say, he's definitely going number. What do you think about that pick, Smoking Jim?
Well, I don't believe I said anything negative about him going number 1 overall. Me personally, if I'm the Raiders, and the Raiders need a lot of things. So I remember when the Raiders' identity was intimidation. I don't know what their identity is now.
Losing.
Good point, Jim.
Yep.
But if you don't have a lot of talent on your roster, I would trade off of that pick and acquire more and more players and draft choices, especially in a draft where it is being said so much that there is only one quarterback in this draft. In reality, there's about 15, but I would trade off of that pick because you're not going to win this year, and I wouldn't draft one player. One player is not going to make the difference for the Raiders in 2026.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I think he's clear, like you said, clearly the best quarterback in the draft.
I didn't say that.
Well, Jim,
I said everybody else. I didn't say that.
Well, what are you saying, Jim? What are you saying?
He ain't my number 1. He ain't my number 1.
Is he number 2? How low is he?
He's not number 1.
Is he number 2? Is he number 3? I'm just asking.
Well, he's in the top 5. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Claudio, Fillmore.
I'm going to give you a different take. I mean, you guys know the players inside and out a lot more than I do, but I'll say this. I'm one of those guys that I don't worry about what's that guy's name with the hair?
Mel Kiper.
Mel Kiper or McShay or any of these other guys. I want to trust my own eyes. I want to look at my film. I want to look at the players whenever I go to a like for example, when we run our pro trial camp for our company, the Global Scouting Bureau, I don't worry about anybody else, what they say, what they hear. I study the players. I look at their feet, look at their arm angles. I look at their hands. Are they repelling? Are they receiving the ball? If they're hitting, are they hitting 95-mile-an-hour pitches with an aluminum bat to right field, which means when they use wooden, that's going to go be a pop-up, or foul. There's little things and little intricacies that you look for. But I think, I could be wrong, Jim knows more about it than I do. I think they say, well, if McShay says it, and I'm sorry, you just said his name.
Mel Kiper.
Mel Kiper. And this guy and that guy says it. Remember that one guy said Dan Marino wasn't going to be anything? I forgot his name. Don't do that. All those teams passed on Marino, okay, because people said what they said. Don't worry about anybody else. Pick who you want. And if it doesn't work, the hell with it. That's okay. That's what's ruined baseball with the analytics, because if it doesn't work, they say, well, we went by the book. Don't worry. Did Bill Nunn go by the book? No. He picked guys that were, I don't know if there's ever been a scout that, what's the term, went off the lane or off the track, outside of the box and picked guys like he did, because they picked the same guys. And everybody says, oh, this guy's a first-round pick. Well, he's got to be a first-round pick. Well, maybe he isn't a first-round pick. So again, I'm more critical of the scouts and the coaches. Pick who the hell you want to pick. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's fine. but don't just pick the guys because everybody says to get that guy. So, most likely the first round is going to have everybody who everybody says they're going to pick. There's not going to be any dark horse. There's not going to be anybody who's going to say, wow, look at that pick, right? It's going to be the same old, same old. And like Jim said, maybe Mendoza isn't the best quarterback, but everybody's saying he is. So the hell with it. Let's pick him first.
Okay. Phil, you want to add anything on this before we move on to the next? And
you know what?
Number one.
Excellent verbiage, Claudio. Excellent.
You're just saying that because he said your name a couple times, man. Go ahead.
You know what? My podcast partner, Anamezi, he says something to the effect that what Jim said, and him and I probably had a heated discussion for about 20 minutes about the Raiders trading that pick. The Raiders, I don't think they're trading that pick. I don't think they're moving from that spot. I don't think they're. If you don't go Mendoza, they're going to go. Was it Arvell Reese? They would go him, but I doubt that. I think they're getting Mendoza. They picked up your boy that's been fleecing the league since he got in the league, Kirk Cousins, for years.
Hey, his agent is a real MVP.
My goodness, been fleecing the league. So they got him, and I think they're going to do what the Ravens intended to do with Lamar Jackson. They're going to do what Andy Reid did for Mahomes, and and what the Steelers tried to do with Kenny Pickett, but they had Mitchell Trubisky. My goodness, they would have a veteran so he can learn from, and then because he's not going to be expected to start the first year. That's a given, but. I don't see Kirk Cousins living to see the end of that contract, and I also see him starting for either 1 or 2 years, and then Mendoza is going to be brought in. They already got a great center in Linderbaum.
Yeah,
right.
Right.
Yeah, like great so they got the great. Yeah, great. They got a great tight end. They have a great young running back right there. They might make a trade. They got 10 draft picks. They might make a trade for AJ Brown. So you got that stuff going on. They have options. You're going to get that. You're going to get that young man. Going to have him sit under a veteran quarterback and say, "Hey, yo, man, take my agent because I've been getting money and I only won one playoff game. I only won one playoff game, man. You can do this all day." So I think you're getting Mendoza first.
Hey, Luther, if I can ask you guys a question because Fillmore mentioned it. Troy Aikman, Fran Tarkenton, Bradshaw, in a sense. I'm trying to think of some others. They kind of started off right at the bat. I mean, and yeah, they had some poor seasons, but they grew pretty quick. They took a beating, but they grew pretty quick. But then there was Randall Cunningham under Jaworski. There was Kenny Stabler under LaMonica. Staubach and Craig Morton kind of shifted back and forth. Would you guys put the quarterback in? Just go ahead, learn. Do if you go 1-15, fine. If you go 2-15, whatever. Would you guys put the starting quarterback in the deep end right away? Would you let him learn from somebody?
If I'm the Raiders, and what I think they're going to do, and I would do it too, let Kirk Cousins start off for maybe 3 or 4 games, and once they're losing and he's looking like trash, like he's looked the last couple years, then you work Mendoza, and that's what I would do.
Okay, so you say 3-4 games. Okay, you didn't say the whole season. Okay, got it.
Yeah, because you're going to be losing. So I don't think Cousins is going to make it the whole season. 4 or 5 games the most, and then Mendoza is going to be in there.
Okay.
Yeah. See me blue sky thinking the whole year, right? I'm no. Say you don't get injured. If not, I mean, for every Troy Aikman. You have 5 million Joey Harringtons and David Carrs, and you have all these. As much as I talk about Tim Couch, and believe me, I hate Cleveland with a passion. I don't like the team or the city. I don't like Shaker Heights. Say what you want. I don't care. As much as I talk bad about him, they threw him in the fire with an expansion team. There was no chemistry. It was a hodgepodge of people. The NFL ruins more young quarterbacks than they develop. And one of the issues is being thrown into the fire way too soon without an O-line, without weapons to throw to. Cam Moore may be the next one.
Okay.
Hey, listen, and that's something we're going to get to. So we talked about.
Well, let me jump in here. I know y'all like to forget me.
You forget yourself.
Question. There's no rhyme or reason. You can take any example of a quarterback. It all depends on his personality. When Dan Marino got drafted by the Miami Dolphins, they didn't draft him to start his rookie year. They had two quarterbacks ahead of him. I think one had Super Bowl experience. But Dan Marino's personality, this is my team. That's what I'm looking for in the quarterback. Joe Theismann, this is my team.
Great point with Theismann.
Those kind of guys, the look in their eyes, they show up the first day of mini camp and they're getting in the huddle first. This is my team. This is how we're going to run it. This is how we're going to do. Now, Terry Bradshaw was just the opposite. Terry Bradshaw come from a small school. He never been to a big city before. He never been up north before.
Here he goes.
So it was going to take him some time. He didn't have that type of personality, all the talent in the world.
Hey, Jim, you make a great point. I'm reading Joe Theismann's book right now, as a matter of fact. And you know who was ahead of him? Billy Kilmer and Sonny Jurgensen. And they didn't like Theismann. And they said, we don't care who starts between Billy and Sonny as long as he doesn't get it. He was a third-string quarterback. And he said, I came here to play from Canada. I came here to play. Great point, Jim.
Hey, I'll give you a Canada story.
But hold up, Jim. I gotta call you out. Jim.
Real quick. Let me just say this real quick. Claudio, when he played in Canada, his running back was Anthony Davis from USC. In the previous play, Anthony Davis loafed. On the next play, Joe Theismann threw the football and hit him in the back of the head.
I like that.
Joe Theismann was crazy.
I like that.
He was well respected by everybody. Everybody respected Joe Theismann. And when he lost the Heisman to Jim Plunkett, he said the only reason Plunkett won it was because both his parents were blind.
Hey, Fillmore, last week it was Fran Tarkenton.
What?
I love it, man. I love it. Let me call Jim out real quick because he talk about it's the quarterback's attitude. He got to come in with the bravado, the leadership, and he got to say this is my team. And didn't you become an oak tree over Shedeur Sanders and gave him all types of shame when he came in like that? So you can't say one thing about one person and something else about the other when you became a whole oak tree and threw all shade over Shedeur Sanders when he came in with that bravado.
You know what, though, Fillmore? I know what you're saying, but to Jim's point, it's how you say it and how you do it. I'm not talking about Shedeur. I'm just talking about anybody. It's one thing to say, you know what, Luther, I can't stand you. You're no good, rotten, get away from me. Or, you know what, Luther, I just don't think you and I are a good fit. There's different ways to say things, different ways to do things. So I understand what you're saying, though, Fillmore, but with the Theismann thing, you know, he did put up two good – he was – at the time, one of the best that ever came out of Notre Dame. In Canada, he did a good job. Sonny Jurgensen was getting older, and Kilmer was a running back who they turned into quarterback. So he said, hey, I want to be – and as a coach, you say, man, I want that guy who I'm going to go over the wall, underneath it, or through it. You know, Namath, when he came up, you know, he wasn't the starter right away. I think Babe Pirelli, if I'm not mistaken, was. So a personality does – like Jim said about Marino. Marino walked in, you know, and he wasn't a backup. You know, some guys are backups. Yeah. Attitude is very important. Now, you don't want to, if you're going to mouth off, you better back it up.
Exactly.
You better back it up.
See, I got to go back to something. You know, you and Jim are glorifying these guys. Listen, Kenny Pickett came in with that attitude like he was all that, like he was going to start. He was the man. Even when they talked about bringing Russell Wilson in. If you're not that guy, you can't come in with that attitude. As you see, he's on his, fifth team in the last couple years. Guys, you have to earn it. You're not just coming in as
no doubt.
You got to earn it. You know, the last couple years, 2 years ago, we had a great quarterback draft, you know, with the Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, and those guys. Those guys had to earn it. Only ones who came in started.
Jaden Daniels?
Jaden Daniels was Jaden Daniels had an excellent rookie year. He just got his knee tore up.
He's RG3.
See, you want to put that on him. I will not put that on him. He got injured. He's not RG3.
What you waiting on?
He had 1 year.
I told you in the second year he was going to flop. I told you Washington was going to flop and Jaden Daniels.
He got injured,
I
Jim.
watched him at Arizona State, Luke. I watched him at Arizona.
I watched him at LSU. You watched him at his worst. I watched him at his best.
You should have watched him at Arizona.
Well, the first year in Washington, he looked like the LSU Jaden Daniels. So hopefully he got in that weight room, put on a few more pounds, and he's ready to go.
Now he looked like the current RG3.
No, he don't. No, he don't. He's nowhere near that. Don't put that on him. He's not going to have that same kind.
Philmore agrees with me.
He can agree. I'm not giving up on Jaden Daniels. Anyway, Jim, you took us all the way. Go ahead. Fillmore, well, you think he's RG3 too?
I don't think he's RG3. I think he's better than RG3. But I mean, he is following that. He is following that. One great year, then get injured. So I hope he doesn't stay injured. That's all.
Is he still sitting in the stands with his mama? Is his mom still making the decision on who he should date?
Hey, Jim, you like his mom. You said she should be a Steel City beauty, so we ain't going with that.
Man, you ain't lying.
I know how to shut him down. Listen, number 2 pick they're talking about is David Bailey, the edge rusher from Texas Tech. I like him. The Jets need everything, but it looks like they're going to go defense and take David Bailey. But they need everything. I feel bad. Gino went back there. You know it's bad when you got Gino coming back, but it's a safe pick, and I think he's a solid. You guys, your thoughts on David Bailey? Smoker Jim?
Well, as long as they don't reach for that bum from Ohio State, Reese.
Arvell, you don't like Arvell Reese?
Arvell Reese is nice.
Undersized, he's overrated. He ain't had a sack in about a year. There ain't nothing I like about him. I like Ohio State's whole defense. They had a lot of great players on that defense. He just won one of them. But I like that kid,
David Bailey.
I like that kid. But again, if I'm the second pick overall, the Jets need a playmaker. They had no interceptions last year. Aaron Glenn is, I don't know if any team in the history of the National Football League goes a whole year without interceptions. They need a defensive back, a playmaker.
Jim, your phone again.
Production.
That Obama phone started acting up again, Jim. But okay, it came back. Me now? We got you now.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Yeah, they got too many Joey Porter Juniors in their secondary.
Oh, here you go. Listen, David Bailey can't pressure also cause some interceptions. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
All right.
Unless he's Lawrence Taylor, or TJ Watt, I ain't taking him with the second pick overall.
I got you.
Look, there's no top 10 corners. So say if you're going to go safety, you're going to get Caleb Downs, and I'm not doing that second pick. I believe Ruben Bain from Miami is the best defensive lineman in the draft. So
you mean the guy with the short arms? They said his arms, Jim.
That's cool. Hey, yo, he's over there scratching his waist, fully extended. But guess what?
Come on, man. Hey, I like him.
But guess what? That's fine because
that car accident that we're talking about now too.
That was 2 years ago. That ain't affecting his performance. That might affect him being on the field. His performance, his tape, is better than every top 10 lineman, defensive lineman that you have there. His tape, you can look. He built like a hobbit. Cool, got you. A Wakanda hobbit.
A hobbit.
But yo, he gets people off their feet. He gets penetration. He stops the ball in the backfield, and he done that better than anybody else the past 2 seasons combined. So Ruben Bain is the best defensive lineman. So if I say go get that young man, but his past transgressions may drop him.
Yeah, definitely, man. I didn't know that they kept that under wraps for a long time. It's crazy how all this stuff comes out during draft time. But again, the number to call 412-530-5063. We got some comments we have to get to. Frank Jackson, what up, Frank? He said Kirk Cousins is going to start. All right. Ain't no quarterbacks coming in like that no more. I guess that's talking to you and the Claudio and Jim. JMD, what up, JMD? Can't say that about Jaden Daniels yet. I agree. Jim likes to throw these guys away and, call them RG3 way before time.
Why wait?
Why wait? Because it's only the second year. Well, let's see. Hopefully he doesn't get injured this year. All right?
Hey, get him good and get him good or get him gone.
Get
rid of him now.
All right. Now, third pick, they're talking about Arizona may take Arvell Reese. Jim, you hate Arvell Reese, right?
That'd be the perfect place for him because nobody would be able to see him play. So that'd be great, man. That'd be great. I hope he goes there, enjoy the weather, and getting underexposed.
Ohio State has a great defensive pedigree. You get one of those guys, you usually get a player. My only thing, he didn't start his freshman year.
Jack Tatum, he got a lot of overrated guys over the years.
Listen. Sawyer's going to be a player. You don't like Sawyer?
Who busted it? I'm not talking about who's going to be. You talking about Ohio State and the whole league got Ohio State players. Where they at?
Listen, the top 10, they're going to have 3 players drafted in the top 10. Listen,
you know what? Jim's got a point. Remember Tom Cousineau? Remember Tom Cousineau?
A lot of the top receivers are from Ohio State in the league right now. What are you talking about, Jim?
Well,
a lot of the top receivers, a lot of linebackers.
We know the receivers. I give you the receivers, but receivers don't play defense.
Hey, listen.
You said defense.
I think Arvell Reese is going to be a solid player.
You said it with your chest, defense. There ain't nobody in the NFL.
Listen, we got Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs.
Yeah,
what are you talking about, Jim?
You said the league. You said the NFL had Ohio State greats already. Where they at? I ain't seen them since.
I'm seeing 3 guys coming out in this draft in the top 10 picks. That's what I'm seeing, Jim.
Arvell Reese, I'll give you that.
Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles. Come on, Jim. I mean, you got to stop this slander on these guys.
No, you're the one that said the league already had Ohio State players.
They got them on their radar. Yes, they got them on the radar, and for a reason.
From Ohio State that did anything in the last 17 years.
Who?
Cam Hayward.
Cam Hayward, yeah.
You forgot he went.
No. I didn't hear what you said, Jim. Okay, yeah, you're right. Listen, but this year,
I'm right.
Caleb Downs, top safety. Arvell Reese, another top player. Sonny Styles.
He's a bum.
Okay, you're saying Arvell Reese is a bum. You guys, any thoughts on Arvell Reese?
How many times I gotta say it?
I don't see a bum going 3rd overall. I think he's going to be a solid player.
You didn't see Jaden Daniels either. You didn't see that.
And Jaden Daniels was rookie of the year and led his team to the NFC Championship the first year. So I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. He got injured. No. If you remember, I wanted Malik Willis. I wanted Malik Willis.
That's right.
Back then. I got it on tape, Jim. So, you also were okay with Kenny Pickett.
Who?
You. I don't know.
Kenny Pickett was a bust.
No, I heard Claudio said.
No, I ain't never liked Kenny Pickett.
All right.
I like his girlfriend, his wife.
Here you go. It's hard to figure you out, Joe. Listen, man. Any thoughts on Arvell Reese? Jim says he's a bum.
All you gotta do is listen.
Oh, you're wrong so much, Jim. It's hard to pick and choose. Any thoughts on Arvell Reese? Y'all think he's a bum too?
Hey, those Ohio State guys that played with Jack Sawyer. That's a good squad. I'm
Winners.
telling you right there, man.
Facts. Winners.
Don't stop playing, man. That's a good dude.
Claudio?
What I think, I'll say this. Who did he play against and how did he do against them? He did pretty good. He went up against top tier talent.
Big
Yeah,
10
he went up against.
loaded.
I'm sorry.
Big 10 was loaded.
Yeah, and he did well with them. So to me, again, I liken it to boxing. Evander Holyfield only won like 45 fights. He lost like 10. Sean O'Grady won 82 and he lost 2. But who did Sean O'Grady fight? Evander Holyfield fought the best. Okay. And he fought them twice. All right. So you look at the records, you look at who they go up against, and did he dominate? He did well. And again, he went up against the best of the best and he did well. So I think he's a relatively safe, good pick for that round. I don't know it as much as Jim does, but I would guess, okay, that again, he faced the best and he did pretty good against them.
Absolutely.
And he won national championship last year or the year before. He was a star on that team.
Played in the big game.
Absolutely. All right, let's jump in now. Another guy that they're talking about, and I think he might be the best player in the draft, is Jeremiah Love, the running back out of Notre Dame. I think he's the real deal. If running backs weren't so devalued, I think he'd be, even higher. But I think Tennessee needs to take him with that number 4 pick. People are talking about a defensive player there. No, they need to get Cam Ward some talent. He puts Jeremiah Love beside him, hand the ball off. He can catch the pass out of backfield. I love him. Claudio, what's your thoughts on Jeremiah Love?
I said earlier on Ralph's show, I'm old school. I like the guys like Lawrence McCutcheon, Chuck Foreman, Chuck Muncie, the guys, Lydell Mitchell, Joe Washington, the guys who can catch the ball out of the backfield because they're a dual threat. The thing I like about him, he's got good vision. He hits the hole quick. I did a little background on him. Smart guy. I like him. I think he's a good pick. And the big thing, Fillmore said earlier about Cam Ward perhaps going the other way. But if he's got a guy like Love, that's going to help Cam Ward out a ton. This way, all the ears aren't peeled back going after Cam Ward. Now he has another weapon. And I think that'd be a great pick for them.
Yeah.
But how's I don't know. How's their offensive line over there?
Well, Tennessee's offensive line is trash.
What do I always say, fellas?
But a great running back could make a trash offensive line look a lot better.
You think so?
Yes.
I tell you why. I've said on numerous shows, the most important position on the field, everybody says quarterback. I say offensive line because you need an offensive line to get that quarterback time to throw. And look when OJ had his 2003, look at his line. Okay. The electric company. I talked about McCutcheon, great offensive line. When Namath won the Super Bowl in 69, great offensive. The Steelers, Franco and Rocky. Yeah. Look at the offensive line. Underrated position. The most important position.
It's underrated, but you can win with an average offensive line. Look at Ben's 2010 team. Average offensive line, but a great quarterback can elevate them. A great running back.
Do you think they were average?
2011. Some of those teams was not great. Was not great.
They were extremely average.
Were they okay?
How many Pro Bowlers really? I'm not talking about the 05. That was a great offensive line. But towards the end, 2009, 2010, 11, those weren't great offensive lines, in my opinion.
Well, then that's a rarity then if you win with an average offensive line, because you can go through all the NFL championship teams and you look at the Hogs. You talk about Joe Theismann.
Those were amazing offensive lines, and they opened up the running game. But an average 5 average offensive linemen working together as a unit can become a solid team. I think you can win with an average offensive line. You can't win with an average quarterback unless you have everything else around them.
I'll say this last thing. I'm sorry, Fillmore. I'll say this. When Fran Tarkenton played with the Giants, they didn't have a good offensive line. So him and Joe Walton came up with something now called the West Coast offense, where we got to get rid of the ball quick. Now, they didn't have a great running game, but you're able to adjust to help the quarterback if you have an average line. But for a running back, you need to create some holes. So I'll put it to you. I'm not riding the fence either, guys. I'll say this. I'm still going to be big on offensive line. You need I'll give it to you, Luther. Maybe you can get away with an average offensive line if you have a quick passing game, but you definitely need a good offensive line to have a great running game. I don't know of an average running offensive line that had a big time back.
I got an example for you, but I'm actually with you, Claudio. But I don't want to sound like a hypocrite when I do say this because this is the exception to the rule. Right?
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the exception to the rule. The 2020 Titans team when Derrick Henry ran for 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
Not one lineman made the Pro Bowl or All Pro.
Okay.
But also that team didn't do. I don't know if they made the playoff that year. But the year that Adrian Peterson ran for 2,000 yards, they had one Pro Bowler, didn't make an All Pro, and he was a rookie. Khalil, Matt Khalil? I think Matt Khalil. He was the left tackle rookie who made a Pro Bowl, didn't make an All Pro. No one else did. No one else in that line did. So those are exceptions to the rule because I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because I believe the Steelers should select a lineman right now.
Okay.
But you have to be. But look at the two backs. I said Adrian Peterson and Derrick Henry.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You need that type of talent in
Right,
order to be successful with a poor O-line. But Joe Burrow did make it to the Super Bowl.
I didn't say poor. I'm not saying poor. Don't get that twisted.
Oh, average. Well, Joe Burrow made it to the Super Bowl with a poor O-line. That O-line was garbage. He got sacked more than anybody that year. So those are exceptions.
Right.
Okay.
But those are exceptions.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Smoker Jim, your thoughts on Jeremiah Love, the best running back in the game?
Well, I tell you what,
in the draft.
Phil Moore and Claudio, man, made good sense. I'm taking notes off of what they said, and Luther was quiet the whole time, so I know he learned something too. Hey, listen, I'm disappointed in Mel Kiper. Mel Kiper is the biggest liar I ever heard in my life, and I love him. Mel Kiper said he would never take a running back in the first round, but he would take Love with the second pick overall.
Love's
in
that
the
good.
Draft. So no, because Mel Kiper got paid by the NFL to devalue running backs, in my opinion. But listen, only how the Tennessee Titans should take Jeremiah Love, and he's a heck of a back, that overrated back that was in the backfield with him. Should go to Canada.
Price?
He should go to Canada. Yeah, he should
Price
go to Canada.
Price is a good running back, man. Come on.
Let me finish. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Only way the Tennessee Titans should take Love if they move him to quarterback. They don't have a quarterback there. Wildcat. It was the Miami Dolphins made a living one time with the Wildcat offense. That bum they got the quarterback right now. I told you he would be a bust. I told you if there was 12 rounds in the draft, I wouldn't draft that flat-footed quarterback. I don't like him or his dick.
Now you got to bring your dad in there.
This guy can't lead Alan Prayer, Lou. And
Jim,
they would be wasting Love with that quarterback in the same backfield. If they draft Love, they should go to the Wildcat offense and either trade or bench that quarterback.
Wow, you agree with me? He's the best running back in the draft.
No, he's not my number one rated running back. No.
You like that guy from you like Washington from Arkansas, right? Was it Arkansas?
I think he's the best running back I think he's the best player in the draft.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah,
wow.
Jeremiah Love is the most
player in the draft. Okay.
Yeah, he's the most talented in the draft.
He ain't my best running back, but yeah.
Man, that dude is special. This boy is special. I remember what he did. He ran over the whole Penn State line going into the end zone. You know, a couple number one picks.
Everybody was running over.
No. Penn State had a great. No. I'm talking 2 years ago in the playoffs where he carried guys into the end zone.
How'd he do in the playoffs this year?
Listen, man.
How'd he do in the Senior Bowl this year?
Come on, you going by Senior Bowls?
Was he the fastest at the combine?
He's the most complete. He's the most complete running back in the draft, maybe to come out in a couple years. This guy's special. Tennessee's going to get a winner if they get him. Oh, we got Sean on the line. Sean, what's
Hey,
going
Sean.
on?
Hey, Sean.
Hey, what's up, guys? 1 week away from the draft. Everybody in Pittsburgh losing their mind. Hey, everybody have a good time. Have a good time. Relax. You know, Pittsburgh got potholes. You know, it's always going to have issues with traffic, especially with big events. Enjoy it.
Right.
Pittsburgh will have bigger events. They need to have the women's Final Four there for basketball.
Oh, yeah.
That's another time. We'll focus on that another time. Everybody, relax, enjoy. If you don't want to go to the draft, stay at home. You got the NFL Network. You got ESPN, ABC. You got radio stations.
Still City Sports was going live. Yeah, check us out down there too.
Okay, me and you need to talk about something because if you want to do something next week, you may not have your show next week. We'll talk about that later. There's an event I'm going to next Wednesday. If you want to come with me, let me know. But that will cause you not to have your show live next Wednesday, the day before the draft.
Well,
but everybody in Pittsburgh, relax. Everybody in Pittsburgh, relax. Have a good time. Enjoy it. Be thankful our city is, even though I don't get there, Pittsburgh's always going to be home. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it, Pittsburgh. Enjoy it.
There you go.
As far as everything else is concerned, I heard y'all were talking about the running back Jeremiah Love. I'm gonna tell you this: 2 clips that will be shown on when he gets picked. The Penn State game last year, where he, like you said, he did that run on the goal line, and then a game at Pitt in which I think he did a spin move in the middle of the field and just kept going for a touchdown.
Right.
Those will be his first 2 highlights shown. They show his speed and they show he's nifty with his feet. He could shake you without you even touching him.
Right.
So, he's the best. He's going to be top 5 pick. I really haven't been following. I've been busy with a lot of stuff. This next month's going to be very busy for me. But I just can't wait to get back home. I'll be in town next week. I can't wait to enjoy the procedures. I went up to Cleveland when it was up there in 2021. Hung out up there. I really didn't get a chance to enjoy the festivities like I wanted to, but I definitely will be enjoying myself while I'm home next week for the draft.
There you go. For sure. I'm excited, man. A lot of great stuff, a lot of overpricing and taxing and you know how that is though, Sean. But it should be a good time, great experience. Most people in the city in a long time. Maybe ever.
Well, here's the way you gotta look at it too. A lot of NFL teams are coming up for stadiums. Philadelphia's owner's already talking about a stadium. He's already been in touch with the governor. The governor's even talked about it. So if you think Philadelphia ain't looking for a stadium, don't think the Steelers' quietest Kemp is looking for a stadium. The question is, will the stadium remain on the north side? I call it the north side. That's where I'm from. I don't call it the North Shore. Will it stay on the north side? Or is somebody that knows a lot about this city, will they move it out of the city someplace like Cranberry?
That'd be crazy, though. I know what you're saying, Sean, but you're already making $1 zillion. To do it to Cranberry, for me, it just takes a lot out of it. Although, having said that, I remember everybody knows I can show you pictures. I love Three River Stadium, but one of the complaints was the location. Now you got 2 stadiums there, but I would definitely. I know when Luther came back, I think Luther from Los Angeles, right? When you raved about that place, right?
Yeah, that was Los Angeles.
But,
SoFi, yes.
So Steelers, what the hell is it called? Acrisure. What are you going to do? Build a new stadium every 10 years and move it to Cranberry or Monroeville, where Jim is?
They can't. They got to keep it. They got to keep it where it is. I can't.
Exactly.
Money talks, though, but I can't see them moving out of the city like that. That'd be horrible.
That'd be wrong. That's not good. Not the Steelers. You got to stay in the city.
Listen, the river's got a great view. They still got a great view. The overshot, man, that sells as well. Like PNC Park, there's when that park was first built, everyone was talking about the view to the point they say, you know what? Let's put an all-star game there.
Exactly.
Because of the location and the view. It looked great.
Fact.
Exactly.
Great point.
They did what Cleveland did. Sean mentioned.
They gave 2 All-Star games within a 10-year span, if I'm not mistaken. That's what
You're exactly.
Yep. For sure. Yeah, Sean.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm just excited. I always want the hometown to get as much publicity as possible. I'm just excited. I'll have my family there. I just want to have a good time. People just have a good time. Stop complaining. Be thankful that it's coming there, because they could have went to other cities, and we'll see. I just want people, like I said, have a good time. Hey, people gonna cry about overpriced. Hey, if the Steelers ever get a dome stadium, they're going to have a Super Bowl. So you better get used to traffic if you and Final Fours and stuff like that. So if the next stadium was to be a dome stadium, you might as well get used to dealing with traffic and things of that nature now. So, but we'll see how it goes. Another thing. What do the Pirates need to do to succeed in the playoffs? I think they're going to make the playoffs this year.
Hey, we got a long season left, but they're playing well. They're playing well. Right now, 10-7, tied for first place in their division. I called 82 games at the beginning of the year. I'm not going off of that. But the pitching's going to be there if they can get those bats, keep them hot and heavy. I think they can do something. What do you think, Claudia?
John, I'll say this. I said this at the beginning. Their starting pitching is your biggest asset. You don't take them out like a couple days ago. They took out whoever and end up losing the game going to the bullpen. If the pitcher is doing good, keep them in. Even in the bullpen, if the bullpen pitcher's doing well, keep them in. Don't take them out after 1 inning or 2 innings. Don't mess around. Go for the win. Don't use 60 different pitchers for one game. If somebody's doing good, keep him in. If he's not doing good, take him out and put somebody else in. Now, another thing I didn't like was, and it was a strategic thing, it didn't work, so that's fine. That second baseman, the new second baseman, he's hitting the hell out of the ball. They take him out for a pinch hitter. You don't do that. You let him go up and take your cuts. Let him take your cuts. He's your hottest hitter. Then the other thing I didn't like, Connor Griffin got 2 hits yesterday, and they bench him today. Because some kid, I'm not going to blame Don Kelly for everything, but some kid with a crew cut, a backpack, and who's pissed off the world is calling the shots. Analytics. Don't worry about that. Go for the win. They could do some damage because they do have a great starting pitching. Okay, ride the starting pitchers. And if they do make the playoffs, they can be dangerous because of the starting pitching. I don't know if they're going to do that. It doesn't look like they're going to. Like Keller the other night didn't do well. They kept him in. When Jared Jones a couple years ago, last year, whenever it was, 55 pitches, 51 strikes, they took him out. It's almost like if you do bad, no matter what, you're throwing 75 pitches. If you're doing good, no matter what, you're throwing 75 pitches. Don't worry about that. Go for the damn win. And you can't say, well, it's April, we lost. Oh, it's May, we lost. Then you come September, you're down 6 games. Maybe if you'd have won that game in April, we wouldn't have been in that bad position. So take each series as its own world. Win these series. Then you have a clump of wins. Now you have something. But like I said, don't play games, Sean. Your best asset is your pitching staff. Use them. You use your best players. If I'm going to lose, and I've lost games going with my best players, but I can sleep at night. I didn't play games. My starting pitcher at 60% was better than my top reliever at 100%.
Right.
I may have lost, but I'm going with my best.
There you go. Hey, Sean, what else you got for us, man?
Real quick, because you got Cruz, you got O'Neal Cruz batting right now over 300. He's leading the team in batting average. He's leading the team on RBIs. Leading the team on base. And the young man you talk about is Lowe.
Brandon Lowe.
Yeah.
Brandon
Lowe. He's leading the team in home runs right now. Yep. So we know when the postseason comes, you need runs. Now you're going to need more than 2 hitters.
That's right.
And how how long can they sustain this? Cruz is up. We know Cruz go up and down. Like I said, 1 month he hitting 300, then he's back down 210.
Yep.
So we're going to see this. So how long can they keep this up? And that's going to, if they can keep this up beyond the All-Star break, we'll see something. And if they add somebody else, they need one more person.
Hey, like you said, Cruz 328, 5 home runs, 16 RBIs. I mean, he's on fire. You know, he's like you said, up and down, but right now he's hot. He's hot.
But you know what, though, Fillmore and Sean and everybody, I'm with you guys 1,000%, Fillmore. But again, I say it all the time, if you're not going to go buy a new car, fix up the one you have. There's a few guys in the team, Henry Davis being one, that if they just made I know I say this all the time, the tiniest of tweaks, he could be pretty damn good. But I don't know what they're doing. He's the same thing he's always doing. Cruz, tiniest of tweaks, and he can be more consistent if his head's in the game.
Hey, Claudio, you still want to? You still would trade O'Neal Cruz?
Yep, I trade him tonight because he's hot.
No, man, come on. He got to be one of your
like Fillmore said, he's hitting 300 right now. In 2 weeks, he's going to be hitting 230. You are who your baseball card says you are.
He's only 27, Claudio.
27? Dave Parker was an MVP at 27. That's in your prime.
A guy who should be in the Hall of Fame.
That's your prime, 27.
Yes, he's just coming into it. 328. I think
he's older than 27. That's what they're telling you he is. Okay.
He said he lied when he came over. He's 37.
27. You're gonna. I mean, he's got to be at 27. You should be in your prime years, brother. Not hitting 190.
He's going. He's going 325 home runs. We're gonna see. Hopefully, he can keep it up.
Jim was in his prime at age 27.
hey, Sean,
he's still in his prime.
Yeah, Jim still thinking his prime.
Can I wrap something up real quick?
Sure.
2 quick things. Could we touch this at another time? Seth Hernandez, depending on the Pirates, how they do. Just touch on this another time. Just keep this for thought. Will the Pirates fast track him like I think it was David Price's rookie year? The Tampa Bay Devil Rays, they fast tracked him so they could pitch him in the playoffs. But we'll talk about that another time. But what I want to touch on real quick, probably the best first-round matchup in NHL hockey, the rivalry, Penguins-Flyers. That's probably going to be the best first-round matchup because Philadelphia hates Pittsburgh. And hasn't won a Stanley Cup since the Broad Street Bullies of the 70s.
Right.
Penguins in 6, and the Penguin Stars will shine brighter than the Philadelphia Stars.
All right. Call ready. What you think, Sean? You agree?
Well, I want the Penguins to win because my junior year of college, never forget this real quick. Penguins up 2-0. I think that was supposed to be Mario's last year in '99.
Oh, yeah.
Penguins up 2-0, game 3 at the Civic Arena. I'm watching it in my dorm room. I fall asleep. I'll never forget. I just finished my finals. It was, I want to say, a Thursday night and a Friday. Fall asleep. All you hear across Penn State's campus is a big roar. Next thing you hear, F the Flyers. I know who after I heard those 2 things. So that's all you need to know about the Penguins-Flyers series. I think that game went to like 3 overtimes. The Flyers won the next 4. But that's one thing I'll never forget from college is that just goes to show you Penguins and Flyers, the hatred, it even goes on in college. So
absolutely,
the NHL is probably happy they got this series, but let's get it on.
All right. Hey, Sean, appreciate the call, man. We get ready to wrap up. We got to bring Jim back in here.
Guys, y'all have a good one. And
thanks, Sean.
You too, man.
I'll talk to you about next week.
I got you, Sean. All right. We got Lori. Thanks for the text. We're doing more shows during the draft. We're going to do so. We do great interviews, commentaries, insight. Good job of recognizing and rewarding students. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love, Lori. Frank is in there. Pirates do this every year. They will lose 100 games this year again. Wow.
Dang.
Okay.
That's wild.
Jim, as we wrap up, man, just give some Stiller thoughts real quick as we get ready for this next week before the draft. What do you think? Give me some final thoughts, Jim.
Well, I'm so happy that Sean's wife is letting him come in for the draft. But Lou, I'm not sure your wife is going to let you out on a Wednesday before the draft. But
Dang.
but it would be a bust of the draft, in my opinion. If the Steelers don't take a quarterback, they're probably going to take Ty Simpson. But my number one rated quarterback, Fillmore, reminds me so much of Randall Cunningham when he was at UNLV. Randall Cunningham at UNLV was nothing more than an All-American punter. He was an All-American quarterback. He handed the ball off to Icky Woods, yeah. And but Buddy Ryan seen the talent in Randall Cunningham, drafted him, played him 2 years behind Ron Jaworski, and he went on to be one of the most exciting quarterbacks ever in NFL history. And that's what Taylon Green would be. Listen, he got all the talent in the world. There's no ceiling for this kid. 6'6", 230, 4'3", 40, 43.5-inch vertical jump. Did it at 2 different schools. Never not started a game, was a 4-year starter. Started from the first game of his freshman year at Boise. This is the guy, if you're a quarterback guru, if you got a good quarterback coach, this is the guy you want to work with, because he could be just as exciting as Slash. And when Slash was with the Pittsburgh Steelers, he was a bigger name than Rob Woodson. His jersey was the number 1 selling jersey in the United States.
Okay. All right. Listen, one guy we haven't talked about, Cornell Tate. Real quick, Jim, your thoughts on Cornell Tate? A lot of people had said the number 1 wide receiver in this draft.
Yeah, 7th round pick.
7th round. So you're not a fan, huh? Wow.
7th round pick.
Oh man, he's a beast, Jim. Oh my goodness.
He's a beast.
Yes.
He wasn't even the best receiver on the team.
Well,
when was he the best receiver on the team?
Jeremiah Smith is going to be a number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's outshining that guy. But I'm saying in this wide receiver draft class,
every year he's never been the best receiver on the team. They've always had better receivers at Ohio State than him.
They said the same thing about Jackson Smith and Jigba, didn't they?
No. Everybody loved him. Everybody loved him. They just couldn't pronounce his name.
Well, we know you couldn't pronounce his name, but they said the same thing. He didn't become until his senior year. I think Tate is going to surprise a lot of people. He was, overshown by Jeremiah Smith, who's going to be a number 1 overall pick, Jim. And I think that's the reason why he's going to show that he's the real deal. Antonio Brown
was a 6th round pick and ended up being the best receiver in NFL history. So a 7th round pick can do it. I'm just saying.
Stop all that slander. Stop that slander right now.
Don't say the best ever. Jim, don't even start that mess.
I'm just saying that's where I got him in my draft report. I got Tate rated as a 7th round pick.
Wow.
That ain't no shade.
That's definitely shade. Definitely shade. Hey, another guy, Mekhi Lemon. I think now you talk about Antonio Brown. He reminds me of Antonio Brown on and off the field. This guy's not the biggest receiver, not the fastest, but he makes plays. He gets open. He catches everything. And
give me the guy from Texas A&M. That's who I want. I want Texas.
The stuttering boy, the KC Concepcion. Yeah.
Lester Hayes.
Okay. All right. And Jordan Tyson is another guy trained by Hines Ward. Big guy.
They're both better than Tate.
Huh?
Well,
they're both better than Tate.
Both better than Tate?
They're both better than Tate. I got both of them over Tate.
Hines Ward lost every restaurant. He tried to go to Louise. And every restaurant went bankrupt.
He's the wide receiver whisperer, though, right? He's the wide receiver. He just can't run a restaurant or put his name on.
He can't coach.
Anyway, any final thoughts, Claudio, and then we'll go to Fillmore.
Looking for Pittsburgh to put on a great show for the draft. All eyes are on Pittsburgh. They got the fountain turned on, so we're going to be good.
You know it.
I'm down there every day, and I see they're blocking roads already. They're making the tent, the big tent, and everything. So it's going to It's gonna be wild down there. I'm excited.
What you
about it.
doing down there every day, feeding the homeless, Lou?
I work with everybody, Jim. You know, I'm saving the world. I'm trying to save the world one person at a time. That's all.
There you go.
Hey, listen, man, Jim, there's tent talent down there, okay? There's tent talent. Watch that.
What you got, Fillmore?
Hey, man, LeBron James, you know, hey, he's in another
the GOAT.
a playoff.
GOAT.
You know, he is the greatest of all time, the best player I've seen.
GOAT. You hear that, Claudio and Jim? The GOAT.
He's definitely the best player I've seen, man. But I see them getting a gentleman sweep, you know, 5-1, because you know he's playing by himself with his, you know, he's not the 2007 LeBron that can carry a team of scrubs to an NBA championship final series. So and the issue with Houston, they don't have a point guard.
Right.
So, but they're these guys are like 6'5" is the shortest person on their team. Everybody's 6'8" and up for real. So I see them losing 5 games to 1. But man, LeBron James, the greatest player of all time, man. He's another thing. Him and KD been battling for a long time. Dang, Braun swept 3 MVPs. KD, Harden, and Westbrook on the same team.
But you said it yourself. He's the best player you've seen. He ain't the best player I've seen.
Well, all right, he's the best player I've seen too.
Hey, I ain't see them guys. That's why your GOAT should go. I can't say he's not. Right. I can't say your GOAT ain't your GOAT because I ain't see him.
All right.
Here's what I'll say, and that you kind of stealing my thunder. I think so too. And when I say the GOAT, you can't write the history of basketball at this point without mentioning LeBron. You talk about points, he's the leader. You talk about assists, he's number 5. You talk about triple doubles, he's in there. You talk about most playoff wins, most regular season wins, most games played, still dominating 24 years later. It's just amazing. There's been a lot of great players. And for everybody who says the ratings have been higher, 84% higher than they've been throughout the years. I'm expecting some great playoffs. But this game, the Rockets versus Lakers series in round 1, it's a shame that Luka and Austin Reeves are hurt at the most important time, man. Those guys got to try to do whatever they can to get back. But
not a fan of his.
Who?
Luka.
Well, Luka can ball offensively, but I'd like to see him at least try on defense because he's just an Olay machine. And
yep, my dark horse for the NBA championship, Boston Celtics.
Oh, hey, listen, Boston.
I like that.
Jason Tatum came back, but Jaylen Brown definitely needs more talk for MVP. He's been bringing it all year, and I don't think he's getting enough credit. Hey, but listen, I got OKC, and I would love to see Detroit in there, but I just think they're a little too young at this point. They may get upset even before the Eastern Conference Finals just because they're so young. 2 seasons removed from getting 14 wins. Outstanding season. All right, fellas, any final thoughts, Jim? You good?
I'm good.
All right. Listen, check out the website. We'll be right back. Claudio, Fillmore, scsportsworld.com. We'll check you out next time. Peace. Thanks for everybody for tuning in.
Yo, get ready. The game's about to ignite. Steel City Sports World. We ready to fight. From the steel to the field, we bring the heat. Luther J. Dupree Jr., ain't nobody can compete. Welcome to the show where the legends collide. Smoking Jim and Claudio right by my side. We break it down hard, raw like a hammer. From the Pirates to the Steelers, we light up the banner. Pittsburgh pride, straight from the heart. We cover every angle with a real work of art. Panthers making moves, high school shining bright in the Steel City. Yo, we ready for the fight. Steel City Sports World, nobody does it better. But Fillmore, Big Rome, we're the trendsetter. Ralph R.W. Media, bringing the vibes. passion in our talk, you know we keep it live. In the steel town, where the grit meets the grind, we break it all down, we'll never fall behind. Aggressive like the players, we ride the high wave, informing the masses, it's the truth we pave. With football fever, baseball dreams, Pittsburgh's got the hustle, ripping at the seams. Intensity unmatched, this is pure dedication. Your source for the game, this is our foundation. Steel City Sports World, we bring the truth. Aggressive and raw, we speak for the youth. From the pitch to the court, we lay it all down. In the heart of the city, we wear the crown. No bias, no fakes, it's the real deal here. We dissect every moment, keep your vision clear. We'll take you from the highs to the lows of the game. In the Steel City, we all feel the same. Luther's got the vision, the fire, the spark. As we dive into battles under the street lights dark, let's talk about legends from parks to pro plays. In the Steel City Sports World, we're here to stay. From the raw of the crowd to the end of the play, we break the news raw, there's no other way. With every play analyzed, every call put in place. Steel City Sports World, we own this space. So grab your gear, it's time to engage. In the world of sports, we set the stage. Luka, Smoking Jim, and Claudio, ball of your rise. Bring your Steel City pride, straight to the skies. Nobody does it better, we echo the call. Steel